going into the Arsenal game, knowing the Liverpool result, how did you feel? And then what do you think happened at the Emirates?
So I think I felt pretty good because every big home game we've had this season, we've showed up, right? We had Liverpool at home, Man City at home, Man United at home, even Newcastle, right? So I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be a tough game, right? It's not going to be, like Sheffield United or Crystal Palace where you just give them 5-6 and then you start, by halftime things over. I knew this was going to be tough, but I think I probably didn't expect it to end. Obviously, didn't expect it to end the way it did. But I figured we would be able to at least, kind of first half give one goal, by second half maybe 2 or 3. There will be maybe some fight from Aston Villa, and then essentially we'll go home with the 3 points. But in terms of how the game panned out, I think the first half went according to plan, right? Like they were definitely pressing. On a good day, one of those chances would have entered, and then, it's kind of like the game just changes after that. Where I have a little bit of an issue, I think we came out of the second half and we changed our tactic a little bit. Maybe, I don't know if it was intentional, but we started sitting back, right? We started sitting back a little bit more. Maybe Aston Villa, maybe they also changed their tactic as well to get more on the ball.
They did.
That's right. So I felt like Aston Villa now got control of the game, right? And then we just went into this, even when we would get the ball back, we would try to counter as opposed to holding the possession and then reclaiming control of the game. And then once you start getting into those last 20, 15 minutes, at that point, it now becomes a game of mistakes, nerves, and, you can say Aston Villa, they're playing with house money, Shea Grab. I mean, it's like, for them, they finish fourth, they finish fifth, they might still make it into Champions League, and then they are not really the team you're expected to be in Champions League anyway. So again, they're playing with house money, right? We had the onus on us to go out and win. And I think by the 70th minute or so, you could tell the pressure was beginning to get in. I don't think there was any pressure in the first half. I think the first half we came out the way it was supposed to come out. But towards the end of the game, you can now start seeing that, okay, the pressure was more on Arsenal, uncharacteristic mistakes, just kind of, the first goal is like so uncharacteristic. It's like nobody's picking up, what's his name? Leon Bailey, at the back.
Yeah,
at the back post. Like nobody picks him up. That's so uncharacteristic of Arsenal that is always tight. So I think towards, second half, definitely something changed. Either our tactic changed and we went a little bit we fell back a little bit more than we should have. Or Aston Villa maybe also changed theirs as well. And it could be a perfect storm of both. But title, I don't know if we'll get into title.
Well, that's where we're going. Well, for me, the thing is, I was on this podcast because we rotate, and I think maybe the podcast straight after the City game when Liverpool played against Man City, I came here and I said I think Liverpool will regret not beating City because Liverpool had the chances to beat City that day. We wasted the chances, and the reason why I said was that if Liverpool had beaten City that day, would have had a 4-point gap on top of them, and then the next game was between City and Arsenal. So I was like, I came and I was like, man, I think we'll regret it because City, they would always put together a run of games. And if you don't have that buffer, of like maybe even if you have a buffer, sometimes you'll still close the gap, So that's why I felt that Liverpool, maybe that was the turning point. Like, because if Liverpool, of course, it's not just that Liverpool missed chances. We had a questionable decision go against us, but still, we had it in our hands to have scored goals to win that match.
I think football is a cruel sport. And, in a way, I think that watching the first half of the game, you saw how Arsenal controlled the game. And they were very tight. But like I said, sometimes it's not the deserving team that wins. It's the team that takes their chances. And there were always glimpses of the fact that Aston Villa could break the press. The ball that they hit, Gabriel passed and hit one of the backs of the Arsenal players. Ollie Watkins takes the ball, hits the ball, and he hits the post. It bounces out. It's like, okay, what we are seeing is Arsenal is controlling the game, but Arsenal is not able to penetrate in the Aston Villa goal. They were never able to create a big enough chance that they were able to score. And I think that it's one of those scenarios where it's like this game was won on tactics rather than the fact that Aston Villa was what. In fact, I would say that Aston Villa was willing to let go of control so that they can have the comfortability that Arsenal can push forward and then they can just lob the ball and try to score. This is what I mean, I don't know what's going on in the dressing room. From what I saw, all those chances that they had, they came from breaks, where Arsenal felt like they had to concentrate and try to force the game. The Liverpool Crystal Palace game, I have to say that I started watching it in the second half, and I saw the fact that Liverpool were missing a lot of their chances to equalize. They were not able to take their chances, and I am still very curious about why teams like Liverpool and Chelsea only show up. They show up, especially when they come to play Newcastle. Like, what's the name of their striker? Darwin Núñez. That guy, when he's playing Newcastle, is a machine. He's Haaland like. But when he's playing Crystal Palace, there's just inconsistency.
Let me just say this. I am very, very sad that our sister Linger is not here. She's still not back from the village.
She's in Anfield.
That our brother Bola is not here. I don't even know what village that one went to. I don't know if he's in the village, right? The only person that showed, Linger is in the chat. Shout out you. You're in the chat. You are back from the village. Welcome, madam. Linger. This woman flew from San Francisco, California, to the United Kingdom to watch Liverpool for the very first time. And what happened? She got that raw dog special, bro. What happened, bro? I don't even know. I don't know how long the flight is from San Francisco to the UK because I've never done that route. But I'm gonna guess
11 hours.
It's at least 12, 13 hours.
11 hours.
11 hours. Okay, if it's a direct flight. Okay, this woman sat for 11 hours in the plane only to do that. Madam, collect your refund. Collect your refund and take the club's baseball cap with you back to the United States. I swear to God, when you get to that airport, I will be there. I will be there. Look, I have been sick all weekend. I have been sick all weekend. And then what Bournemouth did to me yesterday, that made me even more sick. I was in the motherland. And you know, when you go to the motherland, you come back, you pick up a few, little things here and there. So I had a mild fever. But this morning,
where have you been putting your mouth, sir? Where have you been putting your mouth?
It's not an R-rated. It's not an R-rated.
Whoa.
This guy went to South Africa and he made more children.
Whoa. I was actually,
wow.
I think in Nigeria because I was in Nigeria for a little bit too. But the thing is, this morning when I saw what the Lord did in the lives of my friends, when I saw what God did in London, I received healing. I got up from my bed, Lazarus FC. I got up from my bed, went downstairs to make some eba, and I have all the strength in the world, bro. I am cooking. You see all of that?
Okay.
That fish you were going to cook in the middle of the week. In that fish, you're the fish now, bro. Bro, you're getting roasted. You man lost to people that sell pepper. For those who speak Yoruba, Atalanta means we sell pepper. It is pepper we are selling. You man got peppered up.
Bigger fish to fry.
You got peppered up during the week. And what happened in the same stadium in the weekend? You got peppered again. Linger, this woman missed the cooking in the week. Right? She thought she missed the cooking. She was like, you know what? My team got peppered during the week. Let me go on the weekend so we can win. Nah, they said we reserved some beating for you. Nah, Linger, don't come back to the United States. This one is cussing me out in the chat. Don't come
I recognize the energy. Oga Pami, because I recognize the energy. I recognize it because I know mediocrity. This is what mediocrity leads to. I know. Because this is the only highlight. This is the only highlight that you have to hold on to. This is it. So I know it.
No, you're right. Don't get it twisted. This is all I have left. This is all I have left.
Thank you for admitting it.
Man, no, listen, look. You people might be sitting there, maybe you're in the chat, you're like, oh, this guy's shameless. Absolutely. Arsenal, listen, the thing is, I blame myself. I want to apologize to myself because I doubted myself. I doubted the punctuality of the Arsenal train. The Arsenal train, I'm telling you, is never late. The Arsenal train has never, ever been late. Since I've been alive, since I've been supporting Manchester United, since I've been watching Premier League, Arsenal has never disappointed. Where are you, man, now? Where's your fish? Your fish from last season. Your Cote fish from last season. Your shower fish from last season. That shit is at the bottom of the ocean. It's drowned. It's in the same place as Liverpool's fish from last week at the bottom of the ocean, bro. On Wednesday, or is it Tuesday? When you come out, when you get out of the Champions League against Bayern Munich, bro, your season will officially be done. This is their golden generation. Since I've been watching football, this is Arsenal's golden generation.
No, I don't think it's
and this is the best football they've played.
No, not really. Not really. Let's. I know you have bad belly. I know you have.
I started watching Premier League in 2004.
I started watching Premier League in '98.
Okay, all right.
Arsenal.
Since then, this has been the closest they've come to winning the league in any season.